Hi, I wanted to do a quick video that really highlights what it is to feel like you have a bad hair day, meaning what makes you want to shut down. If you've got a blemish on your face, do you notice that you talk to people in a different way? You kind of feel yourself not leaning back, but pulling back, kind of putting a little barrier between you and other people. How if you are conscious that you don't like the way your hair looks or that you have no makeup on, all of a sudden you feel yourself being different, not acting different, but being different, where you're not quite completely in your own skin. There's a piece of you that is assessing yourself from the outside, as if that man or that person is assessing you. The truth is, people are really not assessing you that way, but we are constantly assessing ourselves that way. When you find yourself assessing another person that way, we assume that other people are assessing us in the same way, but we're all different. So when you are assessing another person, what I want you to do is notice how you're doing it. What we're trying to kind of ascertain here is if you can kind of tell how you're judging yourself and shutting yourself down by the clues that you give yourself when you encounter other people. When we feel uncomfortable with ourselves in some way, we tend to shut down. That puts us into our head, and then we automatically start trying to feel better by, yes, putting the other person down, assessing the other person, not necessarily saying bad things about judgment is not necessarily good or bad, right? You can judge a person, great clothes, great hair, right? But it's the process of this assessment and this judgment that is actually a signal about what you're saying about yourself to yourself. So when you feel a bad hair day and you're going out anyway, you're tying your hair up, you're not wearing makeup, if you feel comfortable with yourself, all that is great, and it will not create some kind of a shutdown in you. However, if you're trying to look a certain way and it's not quite coming together for you, you're already armed with an assessment of yourself. So when somebody comes in front of you, that will take the lead. You're afraid of your breath, you're afraid of your lipstick being smeared on your teeth, whatever it is. And you start to, instead of being who you are, you start to build this wall up in a way so that they can know you don't feel comfortable. It's kind of a backwards way of being transparent, but they can't read that. They just read tension and a kind of shutdown. So if you can start to notice when that happens to you, you'll start judging yourself, oh my gosh, what do they think? But you'll also start judging and assessing them because you're in your head. So all you need is a clue. As soon as you get a tiny clue that you're in that I'm about to shut down because I don't feel comfortable place, what you want to do is just kind of sink down into that. Whoa, I am shutting down. I am not feeling comfortable. And simply speak it to yourself first. Wow, my hair doesn't feel right, and I could feel myself not feeling myself and relaxed. After a while, you start to be able to verbalize that to a person if you need to, if you want to share something, if you want to build an intimate relationship. But most of the time, right off the bat, you won't actually need to do that. All you need to do is verbalize it to yourself. As soon as you verbalize that to yourself, oh my gosh, I can feel myself shutting down because this pimple is really making me feel not attractive. And so I'm shutting down. And I could feel it. As soon as you own that, you will start to almost laugh. You'll start to smile. Oh my gosh, I have a little inner joke here. And as soon as that moment happens for you, everything will shift in your vibe. You will notice a different sense of comfortableness, just acknowledging what it is that's bothering you, what you're assessing. And the most important thing is you will stop assessing. In other words, you've done the assessment and you're owning the outcome of that assessment of yourself. And you'll start to let your shoulders go down. Your body will start to track itself into a kind of a peacefulness. You'll start to breathe more. You'll start to lean back more, lift your head more. You will start to drop down into your body instead of just swimming around in your head. So this was a lot to take in. Just try this. When you're feeling not quite up to par and you're in mental assessment land and you encounter people, yes, I know it's COVID, you're not likely, and you're probably wearing a mask, so you feel more comfortable. But let's say you get into work and you are maskless, maybe you're 6 feet apart, and you're still not feeling good. You're still in assessment where you were in front of the mirror this morning. Instead of looking at the other person and assessing the situation and assessing them, recognize, I'm in my head, drop down, and immediately start to verbalize to yourself your assessment. Own it. Wow, I'm feeling uncomfortable. This is really bothering me. Wow, just actually speak it to yourself and see if your shoulders drop. See if a smile comes up to your face. See if anything shifts. Okay, we're looking for tiny shifts of energy in all kinds of different situations. So this is just one, from shut down to open up.